Alright, how's it going? Random Rider here. And just cruising around these side streets, just getting used to the GPS a bit on how it reads and how to look at it. But anyways, I just want to do a video on knowing your motorcycle. Knowing your motorcycle is important. It can help you in riding, you know, if it's making a certain noise that maybe somebody who doesn't ride your model of bike wouldn't pick up on. You know, there might be a problem or something. And knowing your motorcycle also factors into the research you do before that and during riding. Researching your bike is important. It'll let you know if you want to pick up that bike before you buy it. For example, I believe KLR 650s have are tubed tires, and if you want a bike that only is tubeless, maybe you wouldn't want to pick up the KLR 650 because of that. And if you didn't know, you may not be happy with the bike and want to get rid of it. If you didn't know the Super Tenere was a drive shaft, and you don't want a drive shaft bike, maybe because the added weight or whatever it is, well, then you may not be happy if you bought this bike. So doing your research before buying the bike is important, and continuing your research after you buy the bike is also important. And a nice source of information tends to be the forums for your particular bike, because the forums for your particular bike tend to be populated by riders of your bike, and they'll be talking about problems they've encountered, solutions they've found out, things like that. So if they went through a problem, unfortunately, and they figured out how to fix it after lots of trials and error, you'll now know, which is very nice, without having to go through the same thing should the problem arise. But as much research as you do, nothing really beats getting out there and riding your bike. First off, it's a lot of fun. Secondly, you'll learn the little nuances of your bike, like what certain sounds mean, just getting used to the bike, how it handles a certain weather. Like if you ride in the rain a bit, you'll know what your bike's doing in, for example, bad weather conditions. You'll know, for example, what to do with your bike if you start getting traffic heavy and the heat starts getting high on the bike. Things like that. How your suspension handles over rough roads or anything else. That only really comes partly from riding a bike and also doing research on the bike. It's kind of a dual step process, and that's something I recommend for any rider, young or old, experienced or new, is to get out there, ride your bike, of course, get out there and ride, as well as do some research on the bike. Find out, make sure it's the bike for you before you buy it. After you buy it, see what people are doing. Maybe it's something you never thought of and you're like, hey, that can probably really help me. So it's definitely worth checking that out. So yeah, that's all I really want to talk about, is making wide turns for no real reason, and getting out there and learning your bike. So that's it, and take it easy.